Hi, I'm Camellia, one of the tutors at Telio's Tutors, and this is an example of a typical English GCSE lesson. So this lesson, I'm going to be covering poetry, which is a paper that most students find rather difficult and brain-wracking. So I'll be covering Ozymandias by Percy Shelley. It's a very famous poem and one that is very constant in the English poetry paper. So as you see here, we are going to start analysing the language techniques and the purpose behind those language techniques. So here we have, I met a traveller from an antique land. So what does antique land mean? Well, it could mean a number of things. First, we can say, the first meaning could be that the land is old and steeped in history. And one thing that English markers and English teachers absolutely love is for students to find an alternative meaning, which is when one phrase or one word has one meaning, but if you look a bit deeper, there's another subliminal meaning. So, two, the alternative meaning could be, by antique land, Shelley means that land is out of date and forgotten and left behind. So there you have two meanings. Then you go on to see, who said two vast and trunkless legs of stone. So trunkless legs of stone. Now, again, there could be two meanings here. One, the literal meaning, which is that the statue is broken and barely standing. The alternative meaning could be that legs symbolize our foundation and what we stand upon. If the legs are broken, trunkless legs, no legs remain of the statue, then no support or foundation left, which is symbolic of the loss of power. Then you get half sunk, a shattered visage lies. So here you have another powerful imagery. So that would be the technique here. Imagery. And what this imagery is saying to us is that it's been decimated by the passage of time. There's also a lot of sibilance, which you can see right here. That's another language technique when there's repeated S sound. So here the S sound is half sunk and shattered visage lies, a lot of sibilance. Now what that sibilance achieves essentially is it slows the reader right down. So let's write that up. It slows the reader down to exemplify a slow erosion, perhaps, of the statue, which kind of further explores the painful decay of the statue. Okay, then you have right here a wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. Sneer of cold command. So here, what can you say? You can say, well, firstly, there is alliteration here. Now, what that achieved, essentially, is it kind of exemplifies once again the arrogance and great power that lay with a person that is exemplified in the statue. And this again is pretty much mirrored by the use of the phrase here, mocked them, the hand that mocked them. So if we connect these two, this is what is exemplifying that this person was really arrogant. But here, this is where it gets interesting, right towards the end of the poem. It says, and on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. So that makes it very clear that the statue is of a king that ruled in the past, but is now no longer important, and in fact his statue is completely gone. But the fact that he was this great power, this great king, highlights the irony, because here, look, it says, round the decay of that colossal wreck. Now, what you can say about this, again, say that this is irony. And what it really exemplifies, aside that here, is that the shift of power and the breakdown of arrogance as importance of a person changes over time. And the irony only kind of brings more attention to it. Now, if we want to explore the message of the poem, what could it possibly be? So here, this poem is about a statue of a great king that once ruled over a massive land, but now is left to pieces as a statue. No one really cares or looks to the statue anymore. So what's the message behind the poem? What is Shelley really trying to say? So you can say this is commentary by Shelley, which exemplifies the loss of power. Shelley is trying to warn his readers that power is impermanent, and that it's an inevitable loss. To fight for power and prominence is a futile battle. And there you have it. That's English poetry paper, or analysed with language techniques and meanings. Thank you.